Okay. Okay.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. Welcome to MG's Shorthand Techniques tutorial. Today, we will deliberately deal with vowel sounds in shorthand. All right. Like I said in my previous video, if you need to watch the previous video in order to grab what we have for you. So in shorthand, we have 12 vowel sounds and 4 diphthongs. This vowel sound, we have started with A and E. A and E. This A has 2 sounds. We have the long A and the R. So I don't want you to be confused for now. So we are just going to treat the way they are here. A, E, O, U. So this vowel sounds has places. We have first place vowel, second place vowel, and third place vowel. By the grace of God, in our next video, I am going to itemize them differently so that you can be able to know where you are, where you belong. So today we'll be looking at the I sound. It is the letter I, but here as a vowel, it sounds as E. So we have the short E and long E. So, but today we'll be talking about the short E. Short E. Short E. So the short E is now, like I said initially, vowel sounds are represented using dots or dashes. Using dot or dash. So vowel sounds are either represented with dots or dash. It could be light dot or light dash. And it could be heavy dot or heavy dash. So we are going to start with I. The last time we talked about A and E. Now we are going to look at E, which is the short E, because we have short E and we have long E. Both of them are third place vowel. So here, for example, you want to write the word pit, beat, pit, beat, jit. Now, if you are to represent these 3 words in shorthand, you have p, t, which is the major consonant in this sound, in this place, and e, the short E is a third place vowel. Third place vowel shows that whenever you are representing your stroke, the first stroke must cross the line before the second one begins. This is P. So, what you have P, E, your E will now come as a light stroke here. P, E, T, pit, P, E, T, pit. Then we have the second, which is B. B is heavy stroke down, and T is straight stroke down. So, joining together, we have B and T. So, you have your B heavy stroke down. Sorry, this is wrong. So you have your B heavy stroke down, you must cross the line because it's a top place vowel. Then your T goes. So B, E, your E must be there to make it that word. B, E, T, bit. Then J is heavy stroke.
Okay.
Alright, in the word jit, we have J. So in the word J, you represent your J down, then your T follows, and you have your what? E sound. So now let me tell you, E is not supposed to come in the front. Why? Because you have J, then followed by what? E. E should come before T. So J, E, T, jit. Now, for your own practice at home, you can represent as many as you can. Don't forget, the principle here is that the E sound is a third place vowel. And when it is a third place, the first consonant must cross the line. So you can represent as many as you can. As many as you can. As many as you can, just for your own practice. All right. That is short E. Then we go to the second one, which is A. A, E, O. So A, we have A. It's also the short one because there is heavy O, which is represented with heavy dash. So A is represented with dash. So what do? We have some example here. Bath. We have a pot. Well, I am giving example based on the consonant we have learned.
Yeah.
Now, all the examples I'm giving are just based on the first 6 consonants which we have learned. Before I can give you more words to represent, we must have done the next level of consonant, which is next 8 consonants, which we are going to do very soon. So now, I don't want us to go outside the consonant I've given you. We have George. George is another example that carries this light, this short O. So then also we have top. Now, how do we represent the following? First and foremost, you should be able to identify the consonant sound. We have B and what? Bath. The GH is silent. So what do? So this is known as a first place vowel. Sorry, it's a first place. It's what? A first place vowel. But so 2 things appear, which is B and T. Now, because it's a first place vowel, it's telling you now that my stroke must not touch the line before the second one begins. That is what first place vowel will tell you. Do not let the first stroke touch the line before the second one begins. So to represent but, we have B, which is heavy stroke, and T, light stroke. But so your dash now, which is the short up, will now come at the beginning of your last but. But you can represent as many. Your B will not touch the line before T comes down, but a light. So this is but. We have represented but. So we have a but. Then the R sound. Don't forget, R sound is saying your P must not rest on the line. So you have your light P, then T follows. So we have your pot. Pot. Then you have George begins. So means we have 2 consonants and the consonants are the same. J and J. So that is George. You can practice this by representing as many as you can in your house. George. Then lastly we have top, which is T and P. So having represented T and P, don't forget your T will not get to the line. Then where your P goes, P, that's top. You have your O sound. T, top.
Okay.
Alright, so we are going to deal with the long one today. Long vowel. Ooh is U and dot. So long, short is just it. For instance, by now we're going to treat the long one. Where I said something, if I'm giving an example, I am going to do it by not going outside the consonant I have given to you. Example is this. We have number 1, put. We are going to represent this, and the next one is tube. Put, tube, boot. So this works as ooh. Like I said, it's a third place vowel. It was a third place vowel. So it shows that the first stroke will cross the line, then the second stroke begins under. So put now we have P and T. Though sometimes too there is a short form for put. But let's say you want to represent put. Put will be P cross the line, then T goes. You put your U, which is heavy dash. It's represented using heavy dash. It's represented using heavy U, put. Then tube. In tube, we have T and B. So what do? You have your T, cross the line, then B follows. Why? Because it's a third place vowel. So you have your T cross the line, then B follows. 2. You have your U at the end. 2. U, B, 2. Also, the same thing applies to this. I think tube and boat. Okay, this one is boat, sorry, not tube. So we have B. B is a heavy stroke, then T comes down. So you put your U sounds. Please, in your own, you can do this and practice over and over again. And this is how you practice. When you know that this is boat, you can represent it up to 10 lines, or if 3 lines, or 10 in 3 lines. So this will help you to master it very well. So you can master your shorthand with the help of constant practice. You must be resilient and focused in order to get it right. So we are going to do some transcription today. It's just a little exercise. By next class, what I will do is to itemize all the vowels. Don't mind the way I scatter them using the first 5, but in our next class, I'm going to itemize them on each places, whether first place, second place, or third place. So get ready for next video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to get more videos that are coming soon. So I am really working on that. Alright, the exercise will come shortly.
Next question.
Okay, so we are going to do some transcription this afternoon. Alright, the page is the first word here we want to represent using shorthand. Like in the previous video, we talked about various short forms. Go and watch and see the various short forms we have. D is part of them. I said if a D is starting a sentence, you use just dot on the line, D. But in a case whereby it is added to a word like date D, so what you will use is a tick. So now we are saying the page D has been represented already. Then in page we have P and G. You know how to repeat your consonant sound P and G. So an A is a second place vowel. That means your P will rest on the line, then G comes. Then your A at the middle of your A. The page. P-A-G, the page. Don't forget, number 1 has been done for you. Then number 2, the depth. Your D is what? Your dot. Then in depth we have D and T. D is a straight stroke down, which is heavy, and the T is light. So an E is a second place where you just paste it. Your light E, D, E, T. That's depth. The depth. Don't forget, if you have full stop here, you have your full stop. This is how to write full stop in shorthand. We also treated that in our previous video. Watch the previous video to get that. So next is pay the debt. Now in this case, the D here is not going to be represented with dot. Why? Because it is added to a word. So in this case, we use tick, the tick. So we have pay. Pay is just P. Then D will now come as a tick on that. Pay.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have pay the debt. How do you get debt? You have to act. So it's already here. You can copy. Pay the debt. Then your full stop. If there is full stop. So pay the debt. Pay the debt. The page. The debt. Pay the debt. So we go to the next one, which is who. Who is a short form, which we treated the last time. So who is represented with a heavy stroke like this, a short heavy stroke. Then paid D. This time around, there is difference between paid D and paid D. See paid D By the time we represent paid D, it will be different. So in paid, we have P and D. So your straight P and D. Then you put your A at the middle, paid D. Right. Okay, that was supposed to be an error. Paid D. Because your tick, you have to finish the representation before lifting your pen. So who paid D? Then you have debt. Debt has been rolling here. Now D and who paid the debt? This place you have question mark. So here is how to write your question mark. Who paid the debt? Please, in shorthand, when representing with your pencil, if you make any mistake, just circle it instead of cleaning or so that it will not roughen your work. Just circle it to show that you made a mistake.
Yeah.
The next one is date the page. Date the page. Date, we have the and t. So date, A is second place always. So your first this thing will rest on the line, then T comes. Date. Oh, this is wrong already. D was added, but I lift my pen. So in that case, I circle it. Date D. So you have your A. Date D. Then you have your P. J. That's page. Date the page. Full stop. Date the page. Full stop. So lastly, we have put. Okay, from my video today, I said put is represented in a particular way. There is also a short form for put, but for now, let's just go with the one we represented. So with time, when you get good in this, you can say, okay, instead of using this, I want to use this. There is short form for put, but for now, we're going to use the represented one. So we have put D, which was written together. Put the boot. Put the boot to the toe is just a short stick like this. Then D will follow under it. This is to D. I know you've not seen this before, but I joined two short forms together. To is a short form, D is a short form, T. So to D. So put the boot to the top.
Okay.
Put the boot to the top. So top, you have T and P. So, and it's O sound. O. So you have your T. It's not going to touch the line before P follows. Top. Top. So we have put the boot to the top. What do you have here? Full stop. So this is all I have today. Please try to follow and subscribe to my channel. See other videos we have done. In the next video, now what I will do, even if I'm not going to do more explanation, because we need to be fast with this by going to the next 8 consonants, so that we can do more words, we can represent more words. So what I will do in the next video is just to itemize these vowel sounds according to their places. So after that, then we can proceed with the next 8 consonants, which will help us, enable us to be able to write many things in shorthand. Thank you.